yo, what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief. So Balenciaga, I would just like to know, where are the Negroes that work for you? Because I'm just trying to figure out how these pants, designed to mimic sagging pants over draws, made it through the design room, the rollout room, manufacturing, into the stores and onto your website. It's time to talk about cultural appropriation. For those of you who don't remember, there was a very long period of time where sagging pants had the Negroes of America in a chokehold. Widely popular in the South. Men of all ages would sport their jabots, South Pole, Inichi, even their True Religion jeans around their kneecaps. Kneecaps? Yes, managed to walk, run, crank that soldier boy, pick up that baby from school, and everything else in these pants. The purpose for many was to show off their designer boxers and big belt buckles because materialism. You know, it was almost as if designers had special committees where they intentionally said things like, what is the flashiest, gaudiest design that we can come up with, so the Negroes will buy it, because we know they're not going to spend this money unless you can see the label from a mile away. Mind you, Louis Vuitton had already established a brand with monogram print, but other companies jumped on the bandwagon after Dapper Dan, THEE designer of the time, made buku money bootlegging their designs for hip-hop artists. So they shut down his operations and then stole his methods. But anywho, these saggy pants were also widely disapproved of, definitely considered unprofessional, and associated with thug life and criminality. Furthermore, sagging pants in public was linked to sagging pants in jail, which according to the streets was what men did in prison to signal that they were down for the, you know. Young men were strongly discouraged from emulating jail culture so they wouldn't be perceived negatively in public and professional sectors. But was this out of love and guidance, or was it out of homophobia? This late 2000s trend was vilified by media networks and irrevocably associated with the ghetto or hood culture. But now you about to have it on the runway? And see, this is what we be talking about. Y'all be so mad, upset, so quick to demote our contributions to fashion and popular culture down to dirty, improper, undesirable, and characteristic of the lower class. But then turn around and put a price tag on it so then it's valuable to the upper class and act like we was just gonna miss that. No, girl, they just don't care what we think about it. And don't get me started on the boxer braids, the Bo Derek braid. Girl, we do not have to go there. Talking about cutting edge hairstyles. Yes, girl, we know. That made their entire fortunes, yes, made their entire bodies, yes, in the image of black women and do what black women's bodies can do. Like have black babies. You did not have to do them like that. But it's just not them. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Historically, cultural appropriation has worked its way through fashion, music, slang. They want to say the N-word so bad through a Christopher Columbus approach. White folks fishing around where they're not supposed to be in the first place, finding something they deem savage, claiming to have discovered it, dressing it up, inflating the price, making money, and erasing its origin. Since the early 50s, white artists have taken black songs and either completely replicated them or made them more palatable and then sold millions of copies without giving a dime to the original creators. You ain't nothing but a hound dog? Big Mama Thornton, baby, not Elvis Presley. Rock and roll? Not Elvis Presley either, sis, but very much Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and Fats Domino. Also, from the early to late 2000s, beauty standards were set on thin and pale women with no curves, and now everybody want a big booty. Me too, girl. Which is an excellent example because so many of the elements about black culture that have been appropriated were at one point ridiculed and relegated to undesirability until proven trendy. Until monetizable. Until the images of the streets made their way to top level designers, or until they go on mission trips to the hood to find inspiration and then come back and create their own shoddy representation of it. Gucci and their blackface minstrel sweaters, like the teased out afros that are becoming common at fashion shows, them nasty braid wigs from the Comme des Garçons fashion show. But here's the thing, designer brands, it will be a great idea for you all to develop collections with urban designs, as long as you explicitly pay homage to the communities they came from, and as long as these campaigns are operated and run by people of color. We don't want to see your white take on knotless braids and goddess locks in the next 5 years. Keep it. There's a thin line between appropriation and appreciation. And the general rule of thumb is, if you aren't giving anyone their credit, acting like you came up with it, willfully engaging in the come up off of it, chances are you stole it. TikTok dances. And not even discussion of white creators taken from black creators, because it's not even so much about the action of an individual, but how society responds to it. Which is why I be so annoyed with Kim and them. Well, you know she helping black men get out of jail now. Well, I feel like that's the least she could do in her particular situation.